Hello, my name is Trudi and I'm from East Hertfordshire Family Centre Service. Today I'm going to talk about spring and all the changes that happen in this season. You may have noticed already the nights are getting lighter, the days are getting a little bit longer, and the mornings are definitely lighter and all the children are waking up a little bit earlier. But it's a wonderful time of year, a time of new beginnings and new growth. If you go out for some walks or maybe on your way to school, you'll notice all the lovely buds on the trees, all waiting to come out in leaf and blossom. You may notice the birds singing really, really early in the morning and waking you up. They certainly do where I live. But it's a time when you can do some really wonderful things with your children around nature. Well, the book that fell down is this wonderful book called It Starts With a Seed, and it's written by Laura Knowles and all the pictures are by Jenny Walker. It's the most wonderful book, and you can pick books like this up in the library, and it tells the story of a little sycamore seed as it grows into a wonderful tree. It's just the most lovely, peaceful story to read with your children. There are lots of other books in the libraries that you can get. I'm going to put that down there so it doesn't fall down again. And some of them are life cycles. Now, I use these a lot with my grandchildren. They're superb books. And this one is about a tadpole into a frog. Now, if you're lucky enough to live near a garden where somebody's got some frog spawn and tadpoles, you'll probably find the frogs jumping into your garden, but you do have to be careful around ponds, and if you've got one in your garden, make sure they're covered properly and they're safe. But the life cycle book goes through the life of a frog when it wiggles out from the frog spawn to when it grows its little side legs, till it starts coming out onto the land, until it grows into a fully grown frog. Now, I borrowed these from my grandson. He got them as a treat. It was a spring treat that went with the book, so he can have a look. It's not the same as in real life, but it's a superb book. And there's many of them. There's some about eggs and chicks, sunflower seeds and bees, and quite a few more that you could have a look. That will help you with the information you might need when you're looking around the garden and hunting things out and talking about the spring. It's a good time for planting too. I like to put out lots of lovely flowers in the spring. Pansies are beautiful, they last all the year round, and children really love digging in the garden and planting things. It's really good for your health actually. When you dig in the ground, it gives off lovely smells and stuff, and it makes you feel really, really good inside. It's supposed to be really good for your brain as well. So planting, you might find lots of insects. You might find some beetles. There's quite a few of those about under logs. Some wood lice, some worms. Again, these are just pretend ones. I wouldn't be picking it up like that. I usually pick them up carefully with a trowel and put them into the bushes or something. And if you're out for a walk, and if you're walking along the hedgerows, or maybe you'll be walking along the river, you might see some rabbits. All the tiny rabbits are out and bouncing about. And you may also see lots of little ducklings now, obviously. They're not going to be as yellow as this. But it's a really lovely time to be walking along the river and feeding the swans and the ducks. I know you can buy the duck food, which is better for them than the bread apparently, but you can also feed them peas and sweet corn from your freezer. I take that along with me now, as well as a little bit of duck food. There we go. You might see some caterpillars, not quite as big as this, but you might see some caterpillars crawling along that have hatched out of their eggs, and you can talk to your children about how they munch all the leaves and then turn into a little chrysalis and then turn into beautiful butterflies. If you're lucky enough, you might be able to have a trip to a local farm and see the lambs and the sheep and the baby calves and the cows. It's such a lovely time in spring. There's lots to do. You'll be able to get out and about a lot more, go to the park, enjoy the swings and the slides, have a wander around the park and look at the flowers and the trees, feed the ducks, feed the geese, have a little investigation under some rocks to see if you can find some insects, and just have a really nice time. Bye for now.